Okay. So when I can tell that my partner is holding back on communication and noticing that I'm also doing the same thing.
And so how do you feel then? Irritated or
Yeah,
frustrated?
irritated because I know that when I'm speaking or asking something, it's none of us are given an actual answer or going into it. It's almost like we're both avoiding it.
Okay, so let's work with this emotion then. The first step is to identify it, right? And then take the situation. So we did that. And what are the thoughts? What are the interpretations that make you feel irritated? You already started saying a bit, but maybe there are more to it.
Yes, so an irritation on my behalf of me not being able to articulate what I need to say in that moment or to express that in a way, and maybe overthinking how to communicate it in a more positive way. So instead, I'm like, okay, maybe it's better to do it another time. And then on his behalf, more so just knowing that he's probably thinking the same thing.
Okay, and so this makes you feel irritated, yeah.
Yes.
And then what are some alternative interpretations to this situation that you could give other than what you've given?
Huh. Alternative interpretation, so other ways of seeing it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, like a more positive way of seeing it, I guess, could be that we are both experiencing the same thing. Good thing is that we both understand what each other are most likely going through and feeling, and most likely we're both just feeling anxious in that moment of overthinking and not wanting to maybe step across a line or create an argument or to upset the other person. Yeah, I guess that's seen it.
And then when you see it this way, how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel more compassionate towards myself and then also towards my partner as well, knowing that it most likely doesn't come from a negative intent from either.
Right, so it's like you become more empathetic, more compassionate, right?
Yeah, so definitely more empathic, definitely more compassionate, definitely more understanding and being more aware of this situation rather than being attached in it.
And then play back the situation in your head and imagine seeing it from the perspective that you've just described me. What would be your further steps? How would it affect your behavior?
So knowing it from that place, I probably would be the first one to say something. And maybe to first communicate how I feel, and ask, is this something you're feeling too? Rather than assumption, and also rather than saying, you're doing this.
Okay, yeah, sounds great. So how likely are you to try it next time you have the same situation?
Yeah, definitely. And one thing we definitely do is have, at least every so often have a conversation of, hey, like, is there anything you want to say? Is there anything more to add to that? And to get maybe anything that like that out into the open as well.
Beautiful. Yeah, sounds beautiful. Okay, so yeah, like what we did now is just like one of the first ways to try to test what emotional intelligence is like and how it can work on you, and everyone can do that, and there is much more to it because there is also emotional awareness involved, and there is like the part I love a lot and I would like to share with you in this conversation as well is that the basis of like the whole process of unlocking your emotional intelligence or growing it, yeah, is understanding that there are no good or bad emotions.
Yeah.
They are all there for some purpose, and trying to, because sometimes we get like annoyed or frustrated, and then we get annoyed or frustrated because of we're annoyed or frustrated. So it's like second layer of emotions. And but when we're doing it, it's the same as we're angry because it's raining, right? Well, it's raining for the reasons the same. We have emotions because it was triggered by something. And then if we remove this layer and we stay with the emotion only and see, and become curious, what triggered it? Why am I feeling this way? And sometimes you can say, oh, well, it's like an old pattern and it's not true what you are feeling. And the situation doesn't seem that scary or frustrating anymore because the truth is different and it was just distorted in our mind by memories or by emotions.
And I like what you said about like the rain and almost feeling like anger towards the rain when, you know, the weather can be sunny one day, can be rainy one day. One person may view the sun as this is frustrating because it's too hot for me to go on a walk. And, you know, a farmer may see the rain and think, oh my gosh, like amazing, this is great for my crop. So it's like with emotions too, we can take something from them and we can learn from each emotion too, whether that is happy emotions and positive emotions where we can say, oh gosh, I felt really great and really excited there, really happy. What happened? Like, how can I like take that experience and maybe recreate that more in the future as well? So for example, oh, I feel really good when I'm doing yoga or when I'm sitting outside in the sun. Okay, maybe I should do more of that. Or I feel disgusting when I am disgusted when I am writing a certain type of message with an intention out of it. And then I feel, so, okay, well, maybe I shouldn't do that again. So I think we can learn from them as well, but then without, what, like you said, being harsh on ourselves and critical.